What's up, good people? What's up, good people? It's your boy, Dr. Leroy Mckenzie Jr. coming to you. Yeah, it's the special lab today, y'all. It's the special lab that we coming to you. I know it's Friday night, y'all. I know it's Friday night, but this is for the real entrepreneurs right here. Friday night, NBA game is on, but we here talking about entrepreneurship. We're here talking about customer service. We wanted to come to y'all real quick because it's 8 days. 8 days. Eight. I got up eight. I got up 8 fingers. 8 days.
Yes, 8 fingers.
Until our creating a 5-star customer service system workshop for you, brought to you by none other than Miss Tonia Lewis and me, Dr. Leroy Mckenzie Jr. We're gonna just be here before you long, not long. We're gonna take about 30 minutes. We want to talk to you about the workshop that's coming up. We want to let you all know just the expectations. We want to just let you all know what you can expect, what you're going to come away with, and then all of the good things that we want you to be able to pull from this webinar that's going to be coming up on April the 30th from 10 to 2:30. It's just going to be absolutely, if you are an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, if you're a supervisor, manager, if you're a pastor, anyone who deals with customer service, supervisors, community organizers, anyone that has to deal with customer service, this webinar is for you. So grab your pen and paper. We're gonna give you just a little taste of what you can expect. We're gonna talk a little bit about some of the things that we have going on, because we do want you to be in the room on April the 30th coming up. But first, I want to have my co-host. I want to have her introduce herself, if she will, and for those that may not know who she is, we'll have her tell just a little bit about who she is, what she does, that great company that she's running and doing some great things with. So, Tanya, you want to introduce yourself to the people?
Yes. Good evening, good people. I'm excited to be here with my counterpart, Dr. Leroy Mckenzie Jr. I am the CEO of TNL Custom and Strategic Solutions. And what we do is customize solutions to fit your business needs when it comes to providing an exceptional level of customer service. I'm excited about this upcoming workshop so that we can help you in your business create some processes and some systems and get them in place so that you can level up your customer service, not only for your business, also for yourself, your employees, as well as your clientele. So I'm excited to be here, and I'm ready, Dr. Mckenzie. Let's get this show on the road. Let's talk service. It's all about service.
Yeah, well, I want you to, if you can, really quickly, I want you to talk a little bit about your company and the products and services that you offer to people, to those that aren't familiar with it, and where they can go to connect with you. Okay.
Well, at TNL, basically we provide training courses, we do workshops, we do training clinics, we come out to your business and we can train your people. We also have online courses where if for some reason you don't want to get out, guess what? You can go and you can take an online course in the comfort of your home on different subjects when it comes to, customer service, when it comes to leadership, and all of those soft skills that sometimes we are missing, that we don't get when we are in, that secondary education in school and all that good stuff. So we do have resource material. We have a book. The name of my book is Customer Service in You. Does Your Service Suck? You can also grab this book, and this book is a roadmap to showing you how to orchestrate a certain level of service in your business from the ground up, right? So this book is available. Also, we have workbooks. If you want to train your employees and also yourself, you can purchase our workbooks. It's a guideline to show you how to properly train your employees and also to keep you abreast of what's going on in the market today so you can remain in business and stay relevant in the marketplace. Because as we all know, times are changing. So that's what we do. That's a little bit about what we do, but also I'm gonna let you know this as well. We do consulting. So we will come into your business and we'll work with you and help you create, right? We'll show you how to structure, and we'll also help you implement consistent training mechanisms in your organization to make sure that you're on the right path when it comes to servicing your business, making sure your business is properly structured, making sure that you have the systems in place to keep your employees, making sure that you have systems in place to be able to provide a level of service that not only exceeds, but amazes and wows your clientele. And your clientele is not only the outside or your external customers, those are your internal customers as well. So we do all of that. And if you want to connect with me, just go to my website at www.tlcustomstrategicsolutions.org, and you can book you a discovery call so we can set up a consultation so we can work with you. We believe in working with companies from a common sense approach. We want to meet you exactly where you are so that we can customize a solution that is going to be catered based on the needs of your business, not anyone else's business, based on the needs of your business. Because believe it or not, every business is different, right? So every business has certain needs. And we want to be the one to help you customize those solutions so that you can stay in the game and stay ahead of the game. Thank you, Dr. Leroy.
I love that. I love that. And it's so important in this 21st century that we understand customer service, and just to kind of piggyback off of what you were saying, the great things that you're doing at TNL, at JNF. What we do is we actually assist individuals and organizations to bring their vision to reality. That vision, whatever that vision aspect of their business is, because we want to do it from a branding perspective and we do it from a marketing perspective. But a part of that is what we do is business consulting and entrepreneurship training. Because what I found, even when I first started and even now, the vital part, and this is the reason why I do what I do, part of the reason why I do what I do is part of the elements that were missing were the elements of customer service. So you see that Tonia has a book, but I also have one, and mine is aptly titled "The Customer's Not Always Right," because we've been taught since we were yay high that the customer is always right, and I found that not to be true. It was so not true. But what I did was thinking about that, the customer's not always right, but I always say this: the customer's not always right, but they do come first. And my book is about giving you a common sense guide to establishing a strong and flourishing business, and you can't do that if you don't have that customer service system in place. And so part of that customer service, having that customer service in place, is about creating a healthy work environment, maximizing your productivity, and then ultimately increasing your bottom line. Because if you do the first two, then the third one will come. You'll automatically increase your bottom line because you'll get customers, you'll get more customers, you'll get more clients as a result of having that healthy work environment.
Yes.
And maximizing the productivity of yourself, of your employees, and of the systems that you have. And that's the key. And that's why when Tonia and I talked about doing this workshop, this webinar, customer service is what do we call it? The bloodline of your business, because it filters into there's not one aspect of your business that is not affected by customer service. I promise you.
Absolutely.
From the initial, from the first time you talk to somebody, to the last time you talk to someone who was purchasing your product or service, following up with them, saying, did we solve your problem? And I was talking about this last night. Every business at the end of the day should be asking this question. The last thing that you ask to your customers when they get something from you or you're seeking to do something, did I solve your problem? If they say yes, let's do it again. We want to serve you again over and over and over again. If I didn't solve your problem, then what were we missing so that we didn't solve your problem? So you're in this mode of constantly perfecting yourself, constantly trying to make sure to ensure that you are the answer to someone's problem. Whatever that target audience, that target market that you're going after, you are the answer to their problem. And you can't solve that problem if you don't have systems in place. If you don't place a priority on customer service. And I think that's what we hope to show you, how to do that effectively and efficiently at a 5-star level at the webinar workshop next week, next Saturday. So you definitely want to attend. We want you to be able to come out. We'll be going off of the book, and I'm going to say this. With every with the registration, you'll get a copy of the book that comes with the registration of the book. So you can when you sign up, we'll make sure that we have those there. We just need your information to be able to send it out to you. So I'll be able to have you have a copy of the book, whether it's the digital version or whether it's the hardcover or the physical copy of the book, because customer service is so vital. It's one of the ways in which you're able to keep the doors open. And that's always my goal, is making sure that not only you start a business, but you got to keep the doors open. And trust me, there's no faster way to have your doors closed than to have your customer service suck. Trust me, they will close quick, fast, in a hurry if they don't. So, Tonya, I want you to talk a little bit about, if you could, with your book, just give them a couple of things that you talk about in your book that you may be covering in the webinar or at the webinar.
Well, basically, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the importance of servicing your project management, right? Mm-hmm. It means taking time to get clarity on why you're going in business, purpose of your business, and how your business is going to be structured to be able to deliver the level of service that your clientele need. Believe it or not, a lot of people just assume service is just simply showing up, smiling, looking pretty. It's more to service than that. Yeah. If you don't take time to properly structure your business, that means at the onset, being proactively thinking about the what ifs that may transpire, right, before you open your business. How will you be able to handle when your business start expanding? So I'm going to talk a little bit about the importance of taking the time to service your business at the beginning, but I'm also going to talk about servicing your business once you get it up, and also servicing your business after you start getting that clientele. And I'm going to show you what that looks like, because believe it or not, the before, the during, and after process, right, of establishing your business is very vital. A lot of times we just focus on the before. That simply means I'm open and got a sale, right? So how are you going to keep those clientele? What are you going to do? Are you taking time to put things in place, or processes or systems in place to be able to retain those clientele that you're going to get? Are you putting things in place to be able to service them based on their needs and not simply your needs? A lot of times we get that confused. We get in business because with that me, myself, and I mentality, that's what I call it, that me, myself, and I mentality. And so when we get into business with that me, myself, and I mentality, we forget that guess what? It takes people, right, to be able to help you expand your organization. And if you don't have people, you have no business. So I'm going to talk about the before, the during, and the after sales process. So you will have a strategic outline of the things that we sometimes don't think about when it comes to opening and starting our business, which are very, very vital, because it's easy to market and get a customer. But if you can't keep that customer, then there's a problem, right? How are you going to be servicing that customer, right? What do you have in place to incentivize that customer for staying connected to you? So I'm going to talk about all of that stuff because it's so vital. Because what we do when we don't take time to proactively think about servicing ourselves, number one, making sure we are, at a great mental state to be able to handle our clientele, we let that trickle over into how we conduct business, right? And that trickle down effect is going to affect our clientele, because now we can't properly service them in the capacity, right? Based on the expectations, or I call them unrealistic expectations we've set at the beginning. So we got customers upset but we're mad because they're upset, but you gave them those unrealistic expectations. So I'm going to take you through the before, the during, and the after sales process to show you what you need, how you can accomplish it so that you can be able to cater to your clientele based on their needs, not simply your needs. Yes, you are important, but guess what? At the end of the day, if you take time to service you, you'll be able to properly service somebody else, right? So that's what I'm going to talk about, the before, the during, and the after. So everybody have clear, and I promise you, I'm going to explain it to them from a different place. You know that, Dr. You know I'm going to take it there, Dr. McKenzie, because I'm going to break it down because I want you to understand how important service is. It's bigger than the simple put you some nice clothes on, go in and smile and greet a customer. If you don't have processes and systems in place to be able to handle the overflow, you are going to ultimately put yourself out of business, right? Because now at the beginning, the relationship is so intimate. But when it starts expanding, you can't be as intimate as you would like that you had at the onset. So I'm going to talk to them about the before, the during, and the after sales process.
And I love that. I like that, Tonia, because just to piggyback off of what you said, there's a before, during, and after when it comes to you dealing with customers. There's the before they even become a customer to you. What are you doing? You know, how to approach them. What do you say to be able to get there, to be able to show them that your product or service is something that they either need, or that, and I'll keep saying this, that you are the answer to their problem, because everybody who patronizes a business has a problem, and they go to that business because they look for that business to solve that problem. So the before, the during, like you talked about, how are you going to keep those customers once they do business with you? How do you keep them if they have that bad experience? If they have and I'm gonna say that experience, because it is about, customer service is about the experience, the overall experience. So how is that experience during the time, during their time that they are encountering your business? Are they just seeing, like you said, just somebody dressed up, but they have poor customer service skills? They don't know how to talk to people. They have talked to people, here you go, just that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I'll get your take on this one after I finish this, but then the after, following up with them to make sure that they are a satisfied customer. One of the things that I noticed about a Giant, that I noticed about Home Depot, and even Chick-fil-A, the things that their culture, their customer service culture, is to ask you, did you find everything that you needed today? I lie to you not, every time that I go into Home Depot, even if it's just an employee walking by, can I help you with something? They are very efficient about making sure that the people that are, sometimes you can't find somebody at Home Depot, but they are very customer service oriented to make sure, even when you come to the counter, that you find everything that you needed today. Same thing at Giants, their clerks, their cashiers. That must be a part of their training. Did you find everything you needed today? If you say yes, great, and then move on. But then also, if you say no, and I've never had a reason to say no, because I've always found everything that I needed. But if I were to say no, oh well, how can we assist you? Was it something that were you looking for? And they might be able to tell you where something is that you didn't find, or it might be out of stock, with the way that a lot of things are. But I believe that they are so customer service oriented that it's ingrained in them to make sure that your problem was answered. Every time that you come into the supermarket, every time you go into Home Depot, they want to make sure that your problem has been answered and solved. So I like that. And that's what we want to instill in all of those that will be attending is about that type of mentality, that type of mindset, that type of lifestyle living within your business, that type of culture, because that has to be created. You create that culture. That's not something that just happens arbitrarily. That has to be created, and it's created from the top down, you know, in everything that you do, and that's how important it is for us to be able to do that. So, that's one of the things that we'll be talking about, and I'll be talking about, of course, creating that healthy work environment. That's one of my things, because I tell this story that I worked for this company, and I won't say their name. I literally hated waking up to go to work in the morning. Literally hated waking up to go to work in the morning, and I never want anybody to feel like that, because I knew the mindset and the mentality that I had. I wasn't I wasn't in a healthy work environment, but two, I wasn't going to maximize my productivity. There was no way with my mentality that I was hating to not wanting to be there. I'm already wanting to be home before I even got there, that I wasn't going to do all of those things to be able to meet the customer's needs, exceed their expectations, all of those things. So being able to assist other entrepreneurs create that healthy work environment, so that whether it's just you, or whether it's others that you have working for you, that you create this environment, that you create this culture that is healthy. Not saying that everybody's got to love every minute of their day or anything like that, but you at least want it to be an environment that you can can say, what, I enjoy being here. I know I got to be here. I know the things that I got to do, and I can at least enjoy being there. I enjoy being around the people that I'm around. Making sure that you have the right people. All of those are aspects of customer service, that we're going to be dealing with, that we're talking about. But how do you get there? How do you get there? How do you get to that point? And that's what the webinar is for, is to show you how to get there.
Absolutely. I think it's so very important. That goes back to what I said earlier. What are the incentives, right, for people to work in a stressful work environment?
Yeah.
How are you going to incentivize people for wanting to work for your company, right? It goes back to stress management. Stress is a common factor, because guess what? You got to understand, people have everyday lives. That's a given. Life is going to be life. You can't get around life.
Yeah.
But if I know I'm walking into your establishment and there's a system in place to be able to help me maneuver the process, right? There's a system in place where I can give constructive feedback and some other things that we're going to talk about in this workshop, then guess what? Maybe I would be more incentivized to stay with you. I think sometimes we get it confused. We forget about our internal customers. We simply focus on those external customers.
Right.
Without your internal customers, there will not be a business. They have to be able to handle your clientele. If they're not being incentivized internally with great service, guess what? How they feel, your customers will feel. So that's very important.
Yeah, and it really is. I mean, and it goes to creating these 5-star systems. Not only does it entail, like Tonia was saying, before, during, and after, but it also involves people, management, and the system itself. Because if you don't have the right people, and the right management that's there to be able to have it implemented, that system ain't gonna do you no good. It would do you no good to have a 5-star system and you got 2-star and 1-star people in the company, because it just won't work. I promise you, it won't work. So we will be talking about the people, the management, the systems that you can have, because that's part of creating that 5-star customer service. Because you have to have the mindset. You have to have the right mindset. You have to have the right people that have the right mindset, that understand what the mission is of your business, what the vision is of your business, and that should be filtered down. Like I was just talking about those companies, excuse me, Home Depot, Chick-fil-A, and Giant. Those companies, it's no mistaking that those are Fortune 500 companies, one, but then two, that they have, you can tell that they have customer service systems in place because of the way that each of their employees treats the customers that come in. Because I promise you, like you were saying, Tanya, the way that they treat us is the way that they feel they get treated by the company itself within them. So I think that's huge. So that's what we want to do. We want to assist you in being able to set that up so you can be the Giant, you can be the Home Depot, you can be the Chick-fil-A that has the culture, that has those foundations in place in order to be able to do. So, what do you want? What do you want the attendees to come away with from the webinar, from the workshop next week? What do you want them to come away with?
Well, basically, I want to shift their perspective. I'm big on shifting mindsets. I want to shift mindsets of the people so they can understand service is bigger than just the basics that we were taught, right? Every aspect of your job, every aspect of whatever you're doing in your establishment is service. So how you service it ultimately affects outcome or the results you're expecting out of your business. And so if you're not taking time to properly service it, guess what? Something is going to fall the cracks, right? You're going to leave so much capital on the table because you didn't take time to properly service it. So if you don't properly service the system, service the people, service your clientele, service the products and services by getting that constructive feedback, getting your clientele involved, guess what you're going to do? You're going to mess up your bottom line, right? Yes, you may trickle in a few dollars, but is that going to be repeat business? Is that going to be repeat capital that's going to, fluently flow throughout your organization? That's the name of the game. You want to deliver a level of service that's going to separate you from your competition, right? Your service should stand out. You should be known for something, right, that your customers can identify and want to either come work for you or buy your products and services. So I want to shift your thought process. I want to change your perspective so you can start looking at things from a different perspective. Because sometimes we don't look at certain things, the little things, and we focus on all these big things, right? But if we were to take time to proactively think about the little things that we're missing, guess what? Just imagine the amount of capital that we can consistently have flowing into our organizations if we tweak a few things. And so we want to change your thought process. We want to give you a different perspective and a different outlook on service. So when you leave this workshop, you will go back to the drawing board and reevaluate, revisit your mission, revisit some things, not saying that you're going to change everything, but it'll give you a different outlook and a different approach on some things so that you can make the necessary changes so that you can be more profitable in your organization. You can be more sustainable. And guess what? You can make an impact utilizing your products and services so that they will automatically exceed the expectations of your clientele, internally and externally. And so that's what I want to leave with the people after this workshop.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that. Now, who is this workshop for? Who needs to be registered already? Who needs to already have clicked the button to register?
Everybody from the outhouse to the White House need to already been registered for this workshop. This workshop does not discriminate. This workshop is for anyone that's given a level of service. That can be the churches, your church, that could be any organization, any upcoming entrepreneur, anybody that's in a level or capacity or given service. This workshop is for anyone that wants to look at service from a different perspective, because believe it or not, every single day we give service.
Yeah.
What type of experience do you want your clientele to feel? What type of experience do you want to get when you walk into an establishment? So we always want the experience, but what experience are you willing to give to the people, right, on the outside? We want an experience, but they want the same experience that you're looking for, right? So this is for anybody. Like I said, from the outhouse to the White House. If you're doing anything pertaining to service, you need to go ahead and click that button and get yourself registered. I promise you, me and Mr. McKenzie is going to give this workshop to you. It's going to be real. It's going to be fun, but it's going to be educational, because I want to make sure that you're going to retain the information. So we're going to give it to you. We're going to break it down in the simplest form so that you can understand and it can relate to your everyday actions. That is the key. Equipping you to be able to take this workshop, compare it to your everyday actions, and make the necessary changes if there are changes that need to be made. All of us can stand improvement, and we all can stand to enhance whatever we're doing. And so that's what we want to do for you guys. We want to give you that.
Yeah, and I love that, because we want, whether you're from an entrepreneur to a line level employee, this is for you. Because like Tonia said, it's about service from, from beginning to end, from top to bottom. We all are part of service. Some you give some every time, every throughout the day, you give some type of service to someone. Whatever job it is that you have, you provide some type of service to someone. And we want you to be able to shift that mindset, as Tonia said, shift your mindset so that you have a clear, better understanding of providing 5-star customer service. And you can't do that. And our thing is about creating systems, so that once you create it, it's just a matter of just plugging it in, and having whoever, no matter who's there, all they do is get plugged into the system, because you already have created the template for them to be able to go by. They don't have to do, there's no, say, thinking or anything about it. It's just a matter of, okay, this is the way that you all do it. Boom, this is how I go about doing it. And I always thought about that, because I think about successful businesses, like I mentioned, but even on the, if you will, I always think about Pastor T.D. Jakes. I think about my pastor, Pastor Bishop Walter Scott Thomas, and the systems that they have in place at our church. But then the system that Bishop Jakes has with his enterprise, with his business, not just his church, but with his businesses that he runs, and that system that he created, so that he maximizes the opportunities that he gets with people to be able to give them a product, give them a service that they are constantly and consistently pleased with. And that's what these systems do. These systems give you consistency. If you think about McDonald's, you think about Chick-fil-A, you think about, they have a system. And I talk about this, the McDonald's brothers that created the fast food system that we see to this day. It's a system that was put in place. You can go to any McDonald's and get a hamburger, and you're gonna get a hamburger. You get a hamburger, it's gonna have the hamburger, it'll have 2 pickles, it'll have a sprinkle of onions, it'll have a splash of ketchup and a splash of mustard on a bun. That's what you're going to get. That's the consistency that you're looking for when it comes to your customer service. You want to know that whether it's you or whether it's an employee of yours, they're going to get that no matter, your customers are going to get the same level of service, they're going to get the same type of service, they're going to get the same quality of service within your business, because that's what you put in place. That's what you've emphasized. That's what you've drawn the template for everyone that comes up, that is a part of your business, will know about. And it's also too, it'll be a part of what you come to be known. It's part of your brand, because people know, hey, they come to know, I know if I deal with the T&L, that I'm going to get a certain level of service. If they deal with JNF Enterprises, they're going to get a certain level of service, or they're going to get a certain quality of product, a certain quality of service from us, because that's what we talk about, that's what we implement, that's what we create, that's what we want to create. to make sure that those customers that we have become loyal clients with us. That they say, I know, I want to do business with them because I know what to expect from them and everything like that. And even on the, like, when you think about movies, when you think about Hollywood, most of the producers, most of the writers, directors, they do a lot of business with the same actors, with the same actresses, because they know they're going to get a certain level of quality of work from those particular actors, actresses, and everything like that. That's that consistency that you build. And I hope I don't get this wrong, and I know I probably will. Denzel Washington said, what did he say? Being an actor, it's not about being being hot right now. It's not how being hot for a short period of time. He said it's about being warm for a longer period of time. He said, because if you stay warm for a long time, you don't have to worry about fizzling out because you're warm.
Absolutely.
People know what they expect from you, what they're gonna get from you. And he's been warm for a long time. He's been doing what he do greatly at a level. And that's what we want you to do. We want to make sure that you operate, that you have the tools, that you equip with the tools that you need in order to be able to operate at a certain level when it comes to your business. And people will come to expect that from you, and you can be warm for a long time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the key. Consistency, transparency. And I want you to think about it from this perspective. How do you want to impact your customers, right? How do you want to impact your customers? What do you want your brand to say? What do you want your brand to stand for, right? The one thing that you can control is the service that you deliver to yourself, your business, and your customers. And so that is one of the most important things I want everybody to think about. How do you want to be remembered, right? Once you get to a place that it's time for you to pass that business down, you want your organization to remain relevant regardless of how the market change. And one thing that is going to keep you relevant is the way you treat your business, the way you treat the people that are going to be conducting your business.
Yeah, and when you think about that, you think about those companies that have been around for years. And when I think about that, when you just said that, I always think of one of the first companies that I think about is Marriott. It's called, and those of us who have worked for Marriott know it's called the Marriott way. It's instilled in you customer service, how you treat people, how you treat that guest from when they make the reservation to when they're checking out. It's all about that experience. It's all about how they get treated all along, so that's the importance of it. And those are the standards that you want to set for yourself. You want to have those standards that you set for yourself, that you set for your business, that you set for your brand, because it will become an expectation. It becomes an expectation in what people want to see from you, but also what people will come to know to see from you. Because I know that's what I want people to think about, the culture that I've created with J&F Enterprise. I want people to feel that. I want people to understand. I want them to know that there's an expectancy that I have of myself, but I have that expectancy because I've been told, hey, I know J&F is going to give me, they're going to enlighten me, empower me, and impact me. They're going to teach me something, they're going to equip me with something, and then they're going to impact me to want to do something. You have to have those foundational pieces for your business and your brand. And that's what we want you to come away with. We want you to come away with knowing where you are, and then also knowing where it is that you need to be. If you're at this particular level,
absolutely,
I got to get to the next level. What steps do I do?
Absolutely.
What I need to do in order to be able to get to that next level? What do I need to put in place?
Absolutely.
What am I doing? What do I need to do? And hopefully, whether it's you, whether it's an employee of yours, no matter who it is that you come that represent, you will come away with that. If you have a couple of employees, and we encourage to have groups to come. We want you to have if you have a group of 5, 10 employees that you can afford to be able to have come, that would be awesome, totally awesome.
Yes.
Or if it's
Yes.
one that you want to come, that you want to have to come, get the information and bring it back to your business so that it can then be implemented, can be talked about and then implemented. Do that as well. So all we want all of those aspects. We don't want there to be any excuses. There's no excuses for you not to
Yes.
be here, because this is created for you. For those that are on LinkedIn, we know we did this today for you all, because we know the professional development, that's all a part of what we want to instill. And we want you, your staff, all of those
Absolutely.
pieces of your organization to come and be a part of this, because we feel that it's relevant. It's something that will assist you in being able to be better. And what I always say, I say we want you to be better by the end of the year than you were at the beginning of the year. And these types of webinars, these types of workshops assist you in being able to do that, so that it puts you in a position to be able to be better. We're in the second quarter of the year now. We're in the second quarter. We're April, May, and June. Where do you want to be by the end of June when it comes to your customer service?
Yes.
Where do you want to be? 2022, this half the year will be over in 2 months. This year is going by. We already we're almost at the beginning of May right now.
Absolutely.
At the beginning of May. So, there are things that you, if you don't have in place, like we said, we'll give you the ability to do an honest assessment. You do an honest assessment and say, hey, this is where I am, but this is where I'm trying to go to, and these are the things that I need to do in order to be able to get there. So that's what it's that's what we're looking to do. That's what you all can expect. So we want you to you can go to the link. We'll have that up for you. We'll have that in here with the comments there, the link that you can go to register, because we want you to register. It's April the 30th, from 10 to 2:30. You're gonna have, like tell you that you're gonna come and have a good time. But it's also, you're gonna come away with something that you feel that you're gonna do better. You're gonna increase that skill set.
Absolutely.
You're gonna increase that skill set.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna give you anything that you want to add, Tonia, before we end. I'll give you the last word, or I'll
I just want to encourage everybody to come out, grab your seats. The seats are filling up quickly. So make sure you go ahead and click the link so that you can have your seat, so that you won't miss out on this very impactful workshop. I promise you it will be worth your investment. So make sure you go ahead and get yourself connected so that you can get all this information, so that you can be able to take it back and share it. We want you to share the information. We don't want you to be selfish. We want you to go back and take the information, share it. Most importantly, we want you to implement information so that you can be better at delivering service. Once again, my name is Tonia Lewis. I am the CEO of T&L Custom and Strategic Solutions. We help you customize solutions, show you how not only to create, we also show you how to structure. We show you how to implement these systems and processes in place in your business when it comes to providing exceptional customer care, not only to yourself, but to your business and any individual that is going to be aligned with your business, whether it's internal or externally. So we look forward to seeing you. If you need me before then, you can reach me on all social media outlets, but you can also reach me through my website. You can go and book a consultation or discovery call. And my website is www.tlcustomstrategicsolutions.org, or you can contact me at 334-423-3473. But you guys, I'm looking forward to seeing your face in the place at this workshop. So be there or be square. And that's it for me, Dr. McKenzie.
I love it. I love it. I love it. This is 2022, y'all. And it's building season. And we want to see you build your business. We want to see you build what it is, your vision. And you can't do that. Trust me, believe you can't do that if you don't have customer service in there. And like Tonia said, this is about investing. You want to invest in yourself, invest in your business. It's about connecting. You want to connect with people that will be in this room, you know, because you never know what business relationship that can be built from there. So you want to invest, you want to connect, and then you're gonna grow. We want you to grow because, as I mentioned, we want you to be better. We want you to be better after this workshop than you were before this workshop. And the only way that you can do that is if you're in the room. You got to be in the room. This is one of those be in the room events. And I promise you, you won't be the same. You can't be the same after coming to this workshop. I promise you, you will not be the same. So we want you to come out April 30th. Come on out. Go register. It's online, it's virtual, so you can be anywhere. I don't care where you are. You can you will be able to be sitting home and be able to attend this webinar, attend this workshop, and be able to get the tools that you need in order to be able to do what it is that you're trying to do as far as your business is concerned. And I promise you, your customer service will be better. Your customer service will grow as a result of this. And we're going to give you those tools that you need in order to be able to be successful. So my name is Dr. Leroy Mckenzie Jr. We want to thank y'all for tuning in, listening in this evening. We'll have the link in the comment section there for you. If you're on LinkedIn, we'll do the same thing as well. We look forward to seeing you next Saturday. We hope to have you. We hope to see you in the room. We look forward to it. We want to say good night. Thank you for tuning in on this Friday night, and we'll talk to y'all soon.